ਪੀਲ ਰੀਜਨਲ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਵੱਲੋਂ 1 ਸਾਲ ਤੋਂ ਚਲਾਏ ਜਾ ਰਹੇ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਪੈਸੀਫਿਕ ਤਹਿਤ ਮਿਸੀਸਾਗਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਹਿਊਮਨ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕਿੰਗ ਨੈਟਵਰਕ ਦਾ ਪਰਦਾਫਾਸ਼ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ, ਜਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਾਈਨੀਜ਼ ਮੂਲ ਦੇ 13 ਪੀੜਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੁਕਤ ਕਰਵਾਇਆ ਗਿਆ ਅਤੇ 5 ਦੋਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਰਜ ਕੀਤਾ ਗਿਆ ਹੈ। ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਮੁਤਾਬਕ ਮਿਸੀਸਾਗਾ ਵਿੱਚ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਬਾਡੀ ਹਾਊਸਿਸ ਵਿੱਚ ਸ਼ਰੇਆਮ ਸੈਕਸ਼ੂਅਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਵੇਚੀਆਂ ਜਾ ਰਹੀਆਂ ਸਨ ਅਤੇ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਾਂ ਵਿੱਤੀ ਕਾਰਨਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਪ੍ਰਭਾਵਿਤ ਪੀੜਤਾਂ ਦਾ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਚੁੱਕਿਆ ਜਾ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀ। ਇਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਜੈਕਟ ਤਹਿਤ ਦੋਸ਼ੀਆਂ ਉੱਪਰ ਹਿਊਮਨ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕਿੰਗ ਤੋਂ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਨਸ਼ੇ ਰੱਖਣ ਤੱਕ ਦੇ ਚਾਰਜ ਲਗਾਏ ਗਏ ਨੇ।
Today we will present the results of Project Pacific, which was a human trafficking investigation that has resulted in the arrest of 5 individuals and, more importantly, the release of 13 survivors from their captors. I would like to start by thanking our investigative team for their due diligence and for all of the efforts that they put into the wraparound care and support services in supporting our survivors' reintegration back into our community. Human trafficking is something that can happen anywhere to anyone. In many cases, the victims are too afraid to come forward and ask for help from police. In many cases, the victims aren't even aware that they are being exploited. The Greater Toronto Area is a major hub for human trafficking. Peel's location within the GTA has made this a priority for our community and for our police service. And we recognize the impact that this has on our community and the people that are affected by it. In response, we have a dedicated team of investigators, experienced investigators, who maintain partnerships with community service providers so that they can provide the type of support for survivors as they have in this case. Peel Regional Police and our community partners are working collaboratively to address this issue and provide the necessary supports and services to victims and survivors, once again, as they have in this case. Earlier this year, our police service, in partnership with Timea's Cause, launched a First in Canada program to ensure that all of our frontline officers were trained in the recognition, identification, and prevention of human trafficking. Our goal is to target the people that would take advantage of survivors, people who groom, recruit, isolate, control, and abuse the survivors. Education and prevention are key. We ask our community to know the signs of human trafficking. Resources are available online and on our website to help you identify signs such as isolation from friends and family and being showered by expensive gifts and manipulated by people that they are connected with. You will hear how important the idea of prevention and awareness is in this investigation. As I said, this investigation resulted in really the saving of 13 survivors. And it all started with one phone call from a community member who was able to identify the signs and characteristics of human trafficking. You can call the Canadian Human Trafficking Hotline at 1-833-900-1010 or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-22-TIPS. And the message I would like to leave you with, and our entire community with, is report it if you suspect it. Our police service has identified human trafficking as a priority. We are here for enforcement, but more importantly, we are here to support the survivors of human trafficking.
I'm Detective David Lang with the Peel Regional Police Specialized Enforcement Bureau Vice Unit and the supervisor in charge of the Project Pacific investigative team. I'd like to start by recognizing and thanking the investigative team for their hard work, dedication, and professionalism, which resulted in the successful outcome of this challenging and complex investigation. Project Pacific was a 1-year investigation that commenced in April of 2022 after the Peel Regional Police Vice Unit received a community complaint regarding an illegal body house operating out of a condominium apartment in the city of Mississauga. Vice investigators identified a criminal network operating multiple illegal body houses within the city of Mississauga. It was determined that these illegal body houses were being openly advertised for sexual services on the internet. Members of this criminal network were using the vulnerabilities of the victims to coerce and manipulate them into working and living within these illegal body houses. Investigators determined that there were several members of this criminal network benefiting financially from the victimization and the exploitation of these victims in the sex trade. All 13 victims in this investigation are of Chinese descent and have varying immigration status. One thing that all these victims had in common was that they came to Canada for a better life. However, 12 of these victims were recruited domestically. This investigation has led to the arrests and charges on the following individuals. Liang Negay, a 59-year-old female from Milton, has been charged with exercise control, direction, or influence, derive material benefit from sexual service ×3, communicate for the purpose for consideration for sexual service, trafficking a controlled substance, cocaine ×4, and possession for the purpose of trafficking cocaine ×2. Yu Hobley Land, a 63-year-old female from Mississauga, has been charged with exercise control, direction, or influence, derive material benefit from sexual service ×3, possession of a controlled substance, cocaine. Yan Yan Zhang, a 39-year-old female from Markham, has been charged with communicate for the purpose for consideration for sexual service ×6. Kwai Lin So, a 55-year-old female from Mississauga, has been charged with communicate for the purpose for consideration for sexual service and possession for the purpose of trafficking cocaine. Also charged, but not pictured here, is Iman Hanrahan, a 71-year-old male from Mississauga. He has been charged with possession for the purpose of trafficking cocaine. Investigators anticipate additional charges to be laid against members of this criminal network for their financial gain and exploitation of the victims identified. And as we continue to gather and review the abundance of evidence seized throughout this investigation, I would like to thank our law enforcement partners for their assistance in Project Pacific, like Peel Regional Police. All of the agencies that assisted understand the significant impact that human trafficking has within our communities. Using a victim-focused approach, investigators worked effectively with our community partners to ensure the appropriate supports and services were provided throughout this investigation to our victims. As we believe there are additional victims and witnesses, we ask them to come forward and contact Peel Regional Police, the Canadian Human Trafficking Hotline, or Crime Stoppers.
ਅਪ੍ਰੈਲ 2022 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਕੰਪਲੇਂਟ ਆਈ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਮਿਸਿਸਾਗਾ ਦੀ ਇੱਕ ਅਪਾਰਟਮੈਂਟ ਕੰਪਲੈਕਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਗੈਰ ਕਾਨੂੰਨੀ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੰਮ ਹੋ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ, ਮੋਸਟਲੀ ਸੈਕਸ਼ੂਅਲ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ। ਸੋ ਉਸ ਟਾਈਮ 'ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲਾਈਜ਼ਡ ਇਨਫੋਰਸਮੈਂਟ ਬਿਊਰੋ ਵਾਈਸ ਯੂਨਿਟ ਦੇ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਟਰਸ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਜਾਂਚ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਲੰਬੀ ਜਾਂਚ ਸੀ। ਇਹ 1 ਸਾਲ ਦੀ ਜਾਂਚ ਸੀ। ਜਾਂਚ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਿਕ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਾਫੀ ਵਿਕਟਮਸ ਨੂੰ, ਕਾਫੀ ਹੋਰ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਗੈਰ ਕਾਨੂੰਨੀ ਘਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਹਿਚਾਣਿਆ ਮਿਸਿਸਾਗਾ ਜਾਂ ਪੀਲ ਰੀਜਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਜਿੱਥੇ ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਗੈਰ ਕਾਨੂੰਨੀ ਧੰਦੇ ਚੱਲ ਰਹੇ ਸੀਗੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਧੰਦਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਨਵੋਲਵ ਕ੍ਰਿਮੀਨਲਸ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿਕਟਮ ਸੀ, ਕਈਆਂ ਦਾ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਸਟੇਟਸ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀਗਾ, ਮੋਸਟਲੀ ਚਾਈਨੀਜ਼ ਡਿਸੈਂਟ 'ਤੇ ਸੀਗੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹ ਫਾਈਨੈਂਸ਼ੀਅਲ ਗੇਨਸ ਜਾਂਚੀ ਪੈਸੇ ਬਣਾ ਰਹੇ ਸੀ। ਸੋ ਸਾਡੇ ਸਪੈਸ਼ਲਾਈਜ਼ਡ ਇਨਫੋਰਸਮੈਂਟ ਬਿਊਰੋ ਨੇ ਇਸ ਜਾਂਚ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਰੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ। 13 ਲੜਕੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਹਿਚਾਣਿਆ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਮਦਦ ਕੀਤੀ ਇਸ ਧੰਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਨਿਕਲਣ ਲਈ। ਅਤੇ ਇਸ ਦੇ ਮੁਤਾਬਿਕ ਔਰਤਾਂ ਇੱਥੋਂ ਰਹਿਣ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਚਾਰਜ ਹੋਈਆਂ ਨੇ ਜੀ, ਜੋ ਕਿ ਸੈਕਸ਼ੂਅਲ ਸਰਵਿਸਿਜ਼ ਇਸ ਕੁੜੀਆਂ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਐਕਸਪਲੋਇਟ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਸੀਗੀਆਂ, ਅਤੇ ਪਲੱਸ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਡਰੱਗ ਟ੍ਰੈਫਿਕਿੰਗ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਚਾਰਜਸ ਵੀ ਲਗਾਏ ਗਏ ਹਨ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਟਰਸ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਾਰੀ ਕੀਤੀ। ਅਤੇ ਇਹ ਇਨਵੈਸਟੀਗੇਸ਼ਨ ਇਹ ਸ਼ੋਅ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਕੰਪਲੇਂਟ ਜੋ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਪਰਸਨ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਕਾਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਅਤੇ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਨਤੀਜਾ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕੀ ਵੱਡਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ, ਉਸ ਦਾ ਇੰਪੈਕਟ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੀ ਵੱਡਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹੀ ਅਪੀਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਅਗਰ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਤੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਕਮਿਊਨਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੋਈ ਗੈਰ ਕਾਨੂੰਨੀ ਧੰਦਾ ਜਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਨਜ਼ਰ ਆਉਂਦਾ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਸੰਪਰਕ ਕਰੋ। ਥੈਂਕ ਯੂ।